Ahead of the big game between India and Australia, former Australian drag flick specialist and the current analytical coach of the Indian hockey team Chris Ciriello speaks on the Indian team ranking and how to achieve consistency in penalty corner.
Yeah, I think what's really important is that you don't focus on just the numbers, it's how you actually get to there. So you're playing a better brand of hockey and you're more consistent. We've started with, really focusing on from training as well, making winning a habit. So some guys are too happy playing as opposed to being there, and once you've made it, then it just begins to be able to play and then to win, right? And it's about having good cohesion in the team. So with that, yeah, if you do those things well, then the numbers take care of themselves. But you don't move up in the ranks unless you're winning tournaments. Yeah, I don't think that's too much of the issue. The issue is that people expect it to be easy. First of all, the skill is very hard to master, but it's also a matter of who's pushing the ball out. So I say 33% is a push. Right, if you can't get the push straight, if it's not fast and if it's bouncing, right, then you can't do number 2, which is the trap, and try to get that to 33%. Again, if he mistraps it, it doesn't matter how good your flicker is from any country in the world. So we're trying to work on the push and the trap first, as well as the flick. So 34% is your flick, right? Now, every time we have a penalty corner defence, we're also expected to save it. Right, so every other team's in exactly the same boat. They want to be able to save the ball as we want to save the ball, but we want to score the ball, so do they. So you have to match a corner and you have to be consistent. Consistency, being able to put the ball where you want to put the ball as a flicker, but also have variations that can counteract. You can play the best variation, but if the defence runs the perfect corner against it, it doesn't make a difference. So yeah, it's never that easy. But we're focusing on the whole system. So whether it's the points, the push, the trap, the flick. Yeah, definitely. We've got a very balanced team. It's good to have some older guys like Sardar. We've got some young guys like Vivek. So difference being that they bring different skills to the team. It's about being competitive at training and then taking that into the games. India has a world-class team. Right, it's just a matter of everyone being on the same page, and also for us trying to make sure I understand the Indian culture. My mother's born in India, so I'm half Indian, and the class of having more experience versus a younger guy coming in with a lot of pudgy and brother and everything else. So we're trying to make that a bit more even playing field, because we can't rely on the old guys to do the young guys' job and the young guys, because they're young, to not do the job. So we need a complete team effort, and that's what we're working on now. Yeah, I think it's about the process. You've got to get all the processes right. The thing is, one game you might have 4 corners and you score 1 goal. That's only 25%. Then another game you have no corners. The next game you have 1 corner, you score 1 goal. That's 100%. So when you look at it over a tournament, yeah, but you've got to look at the finer details. You can't just say, as a whole, in a whole tournament we did this, versus if we have 2 corners and we score 2 goals and it's a more important match, then I'll take that over 22, 27, 32.